I'm Harry Langford. I have been going to this church since 2008. I was formerly living in Swan Hills and was a pastor there. I am married. I have 4 children. Boy, girl, boy, girl. And I am currently in transition, I guess. I'm looking for the directions God wants me to go. Okay. So as I look back in my life, there's one real event that actually brought me to the conclusion that I need to involve God in my life and take me from being somebody who was making silly decisions all the time. And that is when my wife of 13 years left. Through various reasons, a lot of which I'm not sure. It was a very difficult time. I didn't really understand why things were happening, and I knew I was not the perfect husband or anything like that, but I couldn't figure out what I really did wrong that was terrible. And so I struggled with that. On the day that she left, I played rugby for the city police in Calgary, and I got injured, dislocated my elbow completely, and I actually spent the next 10 months by myself in my house, most days while the kids are at school. And God took me through an entire series of really hard moments and times when I had to look inside of myself. And at one point in time, I got absolutely to the point where I just came to the end of myself, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I had 3 kids, and they'd come home and they'd sit on my knee and they would cry, and so would I. and I just had to think through so many things. And one day after they had gone back to school, I kind of went to my bedroom and threw my Bible on the bed, and it actually opened up when I threw it on the bed, and I kind of collapsed on my knees, and I looked down at the Bible, and there was this one verse in the Bible that was about 1.5 inches high, black, bold black, sticking out to me. And it said, it was Hezekiah was king and was going to die. And the prophet had come to him and told him to get himself ready. And Hezekiah prayed and cried to the Lord because he didn't want to die. And the Lord sent the prophet back. I can't remember the prophet's name. He sent him back to tell him that he had heard his prayers and seen his tears, and that he would heal him. And that's what that said to me. I've heard your prayers, and I've seen your tears, and I will heal you. And he did. He healed me. And it wasn't all perfect after that, but I trusted God for the first time that he would actually heal me. And he did. He did heal me. And since I guess I've never really looked back at that anymore. I realized that my life was changed now. I didn't have the family that it was supposed to be, but I was able to go forward because he had promised me that he would be there. And that's really what got my feet started to walk. At that point, I was able to go forward and be positive about everything that was going on in my life. If I had to say one thing in closing, I would say that if you're struggling in a relationship right now, it's not because you are or your spouse are bad. It's because Satan wants the relationship to end, and he will do everything in his power to do that. And if you consider the reasons you're going through these things are that because He wants you to, your family and your religion to end, then it would be easier for you to turn around and go the other way. And that you should consider the good things that were in your marriage or are in your relationship, and allow those things to be what you remember and not the bad days or the wrong days. Well, most of all, I'm thankful that God brought me through. I'm thankful for 4 kids, though today they're not really walking with God. They're great kids. They're responsible, and they are hard workers, and they respect us, and that's good. I'm thankful for Rosie because she was a great mother to kids that weren't her own. And she had never had children, and she was thrust into this situation, and she did a very, very good job. We all made our mistakes, but she was there, and I'm so thankful God brought me to her and I together. I'm thankful to be here. I've learned a lot coming to this church. It's a different thing being a pastor and doing that in the church you're trying to lead, but being able to sit back and just hear, see, and feel the church function, that is a different experience. And so I'm thankful that we found this church when we came to Whitecourt, and I'm just really thankful that we have a pastor that is honest with us and open and willing to share things that might not want to, but is willing to do that so other people can learn from those things. It's a good church. It's a good life. I like this life, and I just want to do better.
What a mystery, meekness and majesty.